lot of the world saw the movie Hotel Rwanda, and they saw the story there of what was portrayed as an act of heroism and human generosity during the atrociousness of the genocide. And Paul RUSESABAGINA has been arrested and tried and convicted in Rwanda for terrorist activities, murder, etc. And a lot of the world doesn't understand why what happened, did rule of law prevail in this case, is being depicted as a battle between the two Pauls, Paul KAGAME and Paul RUSESABAGINA. I'm interested in what you think, as we know the Hollywood story. From your perspective, what's the broader story? And is there any merit in the notion that his treatment and the process being picked up as he did on a flight that was directed not to Burundi but to Rwanda, is there any merit from your perspective in the concerns that rule of law did not hold well in this case?
Well, I started by sympathizing with those people who don't understand this story and are innocent and want to actually learn about that story. But I also know that there are many who don't even want to understand about the story, want to understand anything, but want to say or determine so much about that story. That is the first point. Mm-hmm. And this story has two parts, if you will, and it tells you what happens in this world that we don't see for what it is, but it happens anyway. Two parts of the story. One is the Hollywood story. And the Hollywood story, and there are facts, these things I'm talking about. There is everything you would want to rely on as facts. This film was actually supposed to be a fictional film. Now, how this person turned into a celebrity today and becomes the actual hero of this story and history of Rwanda, I won't take much time on that. It has only, I leave it to people to do their homework and find out. Now, there is another part of the story which I think builds on the first one, because, again, the outside world, the Hollywood world and others, having created this celebrity, the celebrity used this status, whether on his own or by being manipulated or whatever, and used by others. And now, for some reasons, associated, created, in fact led, became part of these rebel activities, armed activities in the region targeting Rwanda. First, these groups were they kept changing names and splitting, but he was constant. He was supporting one group or the other, or at one point became a leader of one of these groups at one point or another. And he used to travel throughout the region, this Great Lakes region. He would be in DRC, he would be in Zambia, he would be, different parts of this region. Now, and he was residing in Belgium and the US. He has Belgian citizenship and is a resident of United States of America. So he got involved in this. And the armed groups he supported and was leading and became part of actively in terms of the activities thereof. They kept invading our country from mainly Burundi and in some other times operating from DRC. And by the way, here he gives his own, he gives evidence that he was actually part of it. He's on record. He does not even deny that because he can't, given the record to which he himself confirmed. Now, on this one, then another part, how we got him here. There are those people who support him, who complain a lot about him. They have failed to find any illegal way or aspect of what happened in getting him here. So that's not a problem, really. The problem we want to concentrate on is his activities with the armed groups in the region that has many victims in Rwanda. And in fact, together with him, there are close to 20 associates of his who are appearing co-accused with him in the court of law here in Rwanda. And we are tried together, and they gave evidence against one another, and almost all of them against him, close to 20 of them. Now, the issue here becomes, from outside, from the celebrity status that was created for him, the same people that created that celebrity status have to work toward having him freed and, in fact, absolved of any responsibility irrespective of the victims of his actions or the co-accused who actually stood in this case with him. For him, they just... Now, this is where the interesting part comes in, because now it becomes the case of where the powerful, in whatever sense you put that, will just determine and say, no, this man, first of all, we are the one who made him a celebrity. Whatever he did, that's none of our business. He must be freed because he's a resident of the United States or a citizen of Belgium. And in fact, we had been sharing information with the two countries. The judicial system of Belgium and even of the United States were privy to these activities. We shared with them everything for almost a decade. So they can't even say they don't know. But it's like they are just saying, no, switch off everything, forget about this, we want this man to be released. And we are saying, okay, these organizations or these countries are powerful, but I think we need to take care of our own people's security as well, and we will do that legally and very firmly, and they can keep talking about the Hollywood stories, but where it involves our lives are as precious to us as lives are precious to Belgium or United States or any other who might be interested. So it was an open case. It was tried in the court of law. It was public. The evidence was shared publicly. There is no doubt about the amount of evidence, the quality of the process, and so on. But so we are having this issue to deal with.